Can you see me?
Not yet. Tap the camera.
Is it okay right now?
I think yes, ma'am.
But your video is taking time.
Okay, sometimes it happens, so no issue. I think.
You can turn off again.
Is it fine now?
Yes, it is perfect.
Okay, ma'am. So
Now
let's.
start. Hmm. Okay, then good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. So how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. What about you?
Same here, ma'am. But little bit the coldness is there here, so just I have to wear out. Yeah.
Yes, right. The temperature is very down nowadays.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
So what about yours? Climate that you have.
It is around 9 degree, 10 degree in night time, and in
Okay.
daytime it get increase sometime 12, 13, but in night only 8 degree, 9 degree. This is
Okay. So we just before moving further, I yes request you to introduce yourself so that maybe I'm having little bit information not complete. So I think you should.
Mm, yeah, sure. Fine. So my name is Sakshi Chauhan, and I'm from central part of India, Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh, and I have done my masters. Now I am doing my PhD. And apart from that, I am working as a private teacher. I'm running my own coaching classes. And yes, if I talk about my hobbies and interests, so I love to connect with people. And simultaneously, I'm working on my communication and my English also, because English is a second language for me. So I'm
Mhm.
giving my best to make myself perfect in this language.
Thank you. So I think I should also start because maybe it is for your audience. So okay.
Right.
Ma'am, my name is Yashpal Singh and I am from Jammu and Kashmir. Basically, I live in Jammu. So I have completed my bachelor's of arts, then pursued masters in political science. Then after I'm thinking to pursue my higher studies, but at the moment I'm an educator, motivational speaker, and at the same time running a YouTube channel that is English with Yashpal, where I used to provide some basic content along with these practice videos to my audience. So that's all about me, ma'am.
Okay. I'm very glad to hear about you that you are managing your studies. And so you upload only conversational videos or another English related content or another subject related content?
No, basically, I dedicated this channel only for English purpose because I have learned this language by living, staying in home without any tuition, without any book, and without any coaching. So all
Hmm.
it happens by myself only by self-effort. So then many people, even my especially my friends, the classmates, made some request that if you could provide some kind of content for us, and that would be a great help. So then I given a thought, how can I provide, because it is not possible for everybody to
Hmm.
get the content that I'm having. So then they
Right.
suggested me to start a YouTube channel. There I can upload and make some teaching like videos for them about
Mm-hmm.
basic content. So there I started providing some basic vocabulary. Basically, the vocabulary I started earlier for some competitive exams, like if you are preparing for SCCGL, if you are preparing for UPSC, that is CDS, NDA, and UPSC, the most important one. Because
Right.
I used to read many English newspapers and then compile some basic content about
Hello.
is
Was someone
not.
calling you?
I think someone has called me, so let me start again. Okay, is it fine now?
Right, right. It's fine.
So I used to compile, all the words meaning from different newspaper because I was preparing at that moment. So I just started it as a help to the people. And recently I found that people are joining with me for these kind of things. So I thought better it is for me to provide some practice videos along with it because there are, you know, very few people out there on my YouTube channel who are preparing for, you know, higher examinations like UPSC and SSCCG or NDA, something like that. But many are, you know, many are there for learning English. So it is better for them because I have seen, even I said before starting this YouTube channel that is English with Yashpal, I made a research for 2 or 3 months on YouTube. So I found that many people out there on YouTube providing these kind of basically types of people out there on YouTube. Those who are talking about English. The first one is the coaching institutes, and they are, you know, running their YouTube channels only for money purpose. They will teach you only if you know, submit some amount of money in their account. So because as per their policy, and the other one is that they are providing some this practice videos only, not the content. So
Mhm.
for a beginner, if you want to learn this language, you need both content as well as practice videos.
Right.
And that's where I started this journey. Okay, I should provide because I have learned this by myself. So I would lose nothing but gain something, you know, by sharing the content. Because by sharing this basic content, you know, it is naturally I used to revise all the content. And the other is that while uploading these practice videos, I used
Mm.
to get more confident, and I think it's a motivation for me and enhancement to my skills. At the same time, it is, you know, it is a kind of motivation as well as content for the audience who are there with me on YouTube. So that's why.
Right, right. That's great. And you are also practicing yourself. You are also making yourself better in this thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? And you are sharing content also, and you are sharing your knowledge. So I
I
can
think
say, yeah. So
I think
that's great. Good job.
yes, go
Mm, mm.
go ahead, go ahead.
Continue. Yes, so
I think
I was just appreciating, and I was saying it absolutely right, and it's a good job because while
basically,
sharing, we can learn a lot of things.
basically what happened that I belong to a village. So
Mm.
when I, you know, because in my family, I'm the only person, not in family, in my village only, I'm the first person, the only person who, you know, completed masters. And, you know, the first hand, that is the first one is the, you know, Bachelor of Arts. Because in my people in my village used to complete hardly 10th class only, 11th, and they, you know, could not reach out to 12th class. And then I completed the 10th, 12th, then Bachelor of Arts, then Masters. And then I, you know, quit the journey because I got a little bit interest in many subjects. So because of that, I did not waste my time by joining an institute. And at the same time, because if you live in a village, you don't have the resources. Because if I were to talk about my family, my, you know, personal life, that my father is a laborer. So for a laborer, you know, for a person who is a laborer, it is not very easy to, you know, handle all these kind of things, like to manage the family, then you know, make some resources available for a particular person to, you know, spend out, so that he or she can enjoy the things that he or she wants to do. But basically, I would like to say thank you to this YouTube and the internet. And
Right.
because of this internet, if see, ma'am, if this internet and YouTube, the Google is not out there, then I would not be able sitting in front of you. Because you know, I knew many people, and still know that in my village, even it's people in city, like because I have this experience when I was in college,
Mm.
the knowledge, the experience, the things that I have, you know, achieved in my life, not something, you know, to show someone off, but it's personal experience. It is
Mm.
not out there for a person, but it is not possible for paying some money. But I have done because of maybe some people guided me, and maybe it is because of God's grace. Otherwise, it is not possible for a person to, you know, I think, rise from a hail from a village and to do all these kind of things. But
Mm.
definitely I did. And it's not mine. Basically, I have not done anything. It maybe it is because of God's grace, and some people, yeah, definitely guided me towards this kind of journey. And
Mhm.
basically, I started preparation for UPSC, I think, in the past 2 or 3 years. And then while preparing for UPSC, you know,
Mm.
I came across with many subjects, with many books. So basically, that transformed my life, the way I was thinking. Basically, earlier I was thinking in an ignorance. I was leading my life in and ignorance. But right now, even if I'm living for a day, even for a moment, I'm just living with my purpose, with clarity in mind. So that's where I started this journey. Okay, many people out there on this social media, they are running after money. They are running after this kind of things they have in their mind. Okay, materialistic things. Of course, these are the needs that have to be met in your life. These are the very basic. Like you need food, you need shelter, you need some money to take care of yourself, your family. But these are the secondary things. These are just a part of life. This is not the life. And for that purpose, to serve that purpose that I'm just saying, I started this journey. Okay, and no matter how much, how less I have gained, it is better for me to speak out, share with the people, so that even if I have this aim in my life, the mission of my life is that I don't want, any kind of big bungalow, huge amount of money. If I wanted, then I could, earn money because I have, little bit experience of the subjects, and even many coaching, offered me to join some coaching, and they offered
Mm.
me, 1 500 for a year in the beginning. So you can
Right.
think of, I have a knowledge of, the personal experience that I can teach 10 or 11 subjects. But
Mm.
basically, money is, of course, it is need, but basic need is just part of life, not life. So the purpose of my life is beyond money, beyond these materialistic things. So I
Right.
made a plan that, okay, even if I am able to change, just give some tips, some, I think, value to one person, then I think my life is worth living. So that's where I started this. And okay, I will share no matter how much and how less, but definitely I will. And basically, while doing this, I'm, learning something from the
Mm.
people and from my personal experience. That's what.
That's true. That's true. No doubt. The moment we decide to share something, the moment we decide to favor someone, we gain automatically. No doubt. Mm.
Because I remember a quote, is written by Karl Marx. It is for the liberal class when he was making, I think, the theory, like
Mm.
you will lose nothing but the chance. Same is the case with me. If I were to talk about myself, if this social media, basically the YouTube, is not out there, I would be sitting in my home and doing some other things like the people in my village are doing. They are just working as a laborer. It is no, I think the laborer job is not less than the, I think, the judge, the prime minister, because everyone is, serving the society. So it is
True.
not that, but basically they don't know the meaning of their life. They are just randomly, enjoying like animals. Basically, animals in the sense that animals are only concerned with their appetites. They have this feeling that emotional needs, biological needs, and physical needs, but nothing more than that. But the only
Right.
difference, that we have, that we can reason it out, that in what way we should live, because of course animals procreate, same is there with the humans. Animals need, something to satisfy their hunger. Same is the case with human beings, and they do love. Animals do love, only with their species. But we humans do the same thing. But the only thing that make a difference between us and them is that the reason we can make plans, we can think of others as well, and we can think of to make this world a better place to live in. Otherwise, you would be, witnessing the things that has happening in the Western Asia, right?
Mm.
Russia, Ukraine, Israel, and then Gaza, something like that. Iran,
Yeah.
Pakistan, yeah.
Mm. That's true. That's true. I completely agree with you because living life is not only enough. Everyone is living, but how can we make it so fruitful for us and for others also? How can we contribute in others life, right? How can we change something for someone? So that's very important.
But if you see life from the Western perspective, they consider one person as an atom. But
Right.
as an Indian, if you see, life from the Indian perspective, we consider that Vasudev, we follow this ethos like Vasudev Kutumbakam, the whole world is family, but for Western, it is not out there
Mhm.
because they have little bit materialistic mindset. And we as an Indian, you know, it's totally different from, because in our philosophy, the way of Indian, Sanatan Dharma is described like you have four goals in life: Dharam, Arth, Kam, Moksha. And the first and foremost thing you need to do is that Dharma, focus on Dharma. once you realize the complete meaning of dharma, then earth, then you have to strive for earning some good life, good means, so that you would be able to sustain your life, your family, and take care of others as well. Then dharma, arth, kam, moksha. Then the desire satisfaction, like loving someone, the biological needs, emotional needs. These are the
mm,
things. And the fourth one, that is the last one, that comes, and that is the moksha. And of course, there are, four, I think, ashrams in Hindu philosophy. Like, I think the first one is to study for studies, then grahas, then banprast, and the last one is that sannyas. So
mhm,
that's how we see the life from Indian perspective. Basically, we divided life to enjoy each and everything, not miss just one goal of life. We never focus on only calm. We never focus upon only earth. That is economy means. We never focus upon only the I think educational part. We focus cover all these four parts of life to make our life wonderful. Enriched with experience, and at the same time to make this world a wonderful place. But that's what we don't find in other philosophies. So of
mm,
course, it things that we have to do as an Indian, that because of this culture that we are having.
mm. Right, right. And here you have talked about so many things.
Yeah, I think that's what we should inculcate, because I have seen that that's what I talked about earlier, that in it is not the my case in whole India we have this materialistic things in syllabus, but we don't have Ramayana, Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharat in our syllabus. And
Right.
even we don't cover the basic things like the great legends like Swami Vivekanand. Of course, the books written by Swami Vivekanand, are available on social media, on Google. But these are written by the Swami Vivekanand only. But I think as an Indian and the government of India, and the most important, the people. If basically people wants, then government will do. Otherwise, they only concerned about their votes. They just do something that make them gain some votes to enjoy the power. That's it for the politicians. But for the people as a, I think, society, we have to think in this way. Okay, mm, this the education, the educational part that we are doing, the focusing upon like technological, scientific, of course, and the materialistic one, it is of course need of the hour. But materialistic comes under only earth, like the one part of the four ashramas. But it is not complete life. But what is happening that we are trying to copy western. Basically what happens is that we becomes we are thinking that if we copy westerns the way they live in their life, then we become superior modern. But I think that's not what is modernity. Because modernity is there if you have some scientific temper, you deal the things with I think cool mind. You don't care about other things as well. Because if you see the Indian way of the culture, that we used to say good morning to mother and touch their mother father and touch their feet, even our for teachers. But it is
Mm,
not out there for I think westerns. In western I have witnessed that a brother can marry to a sister, and even mother did the same things with her son, because and son did the same thing with his mother, because there is no, I think, the value system that is there in our Indian culture. Because the respect for mother, the respect for sister, the daughter, of course there are exceptions, because nowadays, not earlier, but the whole society, I'm just talking about whole society, not just
mm,
one part of the society. So,
mm,
I think India, I love Indian culture, the value, because I'm not Indian, not because I'm an Indian, because it covers a life as it should be in a meaningful way. But if you want to talk about Western one, I think they just focus on one part. Might I not be covering, extending my long answers.
mm.
Might be I'm, giving long explanations, right?
Mm. No, it's okay. It's completely fine.
Maybe sometimes it happens that I have this information, so I start sharing with the people. Yeah, and it may make other person boring. Oh, what the guy is doing.
No, no, because when we are interested in something, so and we have knowledge also, so it's like a cherry on the cake. So whenever this situation comes to us, We could not control ourselves when we just share whatever is going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm not here to share.
Hmm.
I've just said the mission of my life. I'm interacting to you. Of course, it is enhancing my skills. How I should talk to the persons. Of course, I'm getting something from you, your side, that the experience how to talk to the people, because I'm very new in this field. To have communications with the people face to face. Earlier, I used to kept busy myself with the studies only, without
Hmm.
interacting with the world.
Hmm.
But I think the purpose, just I said, even if I am able to make a little difference, then definitely I would try. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah,
Yes. And I really appreciate your work because you are interested in not only in learning, because here we are connecting to each other just for our enhancing our skills, right? You know, your
yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am. Just I have to.
is,
Someone. No,
is
no,
someone
don't worry.
calling?
No, I'm here. Just I cut the call, but you just have to. Hello.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes, yes.
Basically, people call in between. So yeah, continue
Hmm.
that you are saying. I'm really sorry for the inconvenience.
Mm-hmm, no problem. Yeah, so what I
I'm
was
actually
I was telling you that yes, our primary focus on just to enhancing our skill and communication. But as you have told me about that, so I find this kind of people so rarely. And one thing also you have told me that you can teach in any coaching institute, you can teach any subject because as you are preparing for UPSC, so
I
you must.
prepared that with the idea. Okay, I'm not the person for these kind of things. So yeah, I started the mission of my life. Okay, I am
Hmm.
going to live my life in this way.
Okay, okay. But still, it's a big deal because the process is so crucial. And I feel that the person who have prepared for UPSC, at least, okay, right now you have quitted, but earlier you were preparing. So while preparing, we learn a lot of things as compared to other person, right? I'm not saying that we are not learning or another person are not, people are not learning. But if I compare both persons, so I think UPSC person or the person who is preparing for government exams, they are very intellectual more than other people, right? So they
No,
have knowledge.
not intellectual, but I say yeah, they have little bit more information than the person, because when I was preparing for UPSC, all the subjects that you can think of, like politics, history, geography, economy, sociology, environmental science, philosophy, I think psychology is out there, sociology, and
Mm-hmm.
the physics, chemistry, mathematics, and one subject is also there, like ethics. They introduced in 2013. So
Right.
you have to read all the subjects, and because it is necessity of for a person to clear the exam. So I was thinking that okay, I will join. Even I given my try in 2020. I just just preparing after 2 months. Then I prepared fully. But
Mm-hmm.
once I realized the purpose, then I quit. Okay, I'm not the person for this kind of thing. So okay, I should start. But I have again, still the journey is continuing. Basically, I'm stealing my, I think, stealing my time from the studies when I used to interact with the people. Yeah, and sometimes if I get some time to, of course, I used to help my parents because that's what I want to do. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Okay, okay. So now you have decided, so exactly what are you doing nowadays just for studying and hmm.
yeah. Basically, now if you what to ask me what I'm doing that in this study. I'm studying more and more about the things that I want to know. There are many things because to do we can for my mission to be completed, I need to know.
So
And
someone
yeah,
is
yeah.
ready to talk to you
So
for a second.
calls in between. So don't
Mm-hmm.
worry, we have to manage
No problem.
because
Within
yeah,
within 1 or 2 minutes we can wrap up and then you can attend
yeah.
that call.
The issue with the people who live in village. Yeah.
You can receive that call. We can wrap up.
No, no.
We can do another day.
I just managed. So basically, to the for my mission to be completed, like I need to, of course, I have the information, but I need to be completed that one. That many things like the philosophical, the I think educational parts, and some motivational, of course, out there. So because the people are joining with me, they are, I just started out. So it will take some time for me to, make a space in the world. So, but I'm pretty sure that okay, I don't care about whether I will lose something, whether I will gain. I don't even care. I just care about that. Okay, even if I'm able to make some difference, some change, that's it for my mind, and
Mhm.
that's what I'm going to do. And I'm here, decided to in for my life. This is the goal that I'm going to do, and definitely I'm pretty sure if you don't have any kind of leave, you can check it out after 10 years. See, you can see where I'm and whether I'm making change or not, because it is there in my mind. So I know once you have something in your mind, definitely if you have something genuine one, then I think that genuine cause is enough for you to propel further. So that's what I think. The
Right.
Yeah,
Good thought you have, and it's really great idea.
maybe.
Right. I really I like this idea, and you're thinking a lot. So yeah, I want to say one thing exactly. Actually, I'm really enjoying this conversation a lot, but still I have to go this time. So we can continue tomorrow or day after tomorrow whenever you want. Okay.
Okay. No,
Again.
so just let me know that when you are available, exact time, because sometimes I have
Sure, sure.
yeah.
Exact time is that today also I was about to free, but suddenly they came. That's why. So tomorrow 6:30, and I could not. My phone was there, so I could not give my proper attention towards my phone. So yeah, 6:30 is done.
So okay, ma'am. Then thank you so much for joining me.